man. So really, I guess the question really is like, where do I start, right? But I guess first and foremost, saying thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Father God, for allowing me to see another year. 33. And that's symbolic in so many ways, right? For those who believe us, we all know that, it said that, Jesus died around the age of 33 years old. And me just looking back over these last couple of years, leading up until today, January 16th, I can honestly say, especially within these last couple of months, right, that I for sure have been dying of a lot of things. I mean, of expectations towards others, towards myself, right? Relationships, intimate, family, friendships, just relationships, ideas, concepts, the acceptance of detachment. Like, there's been a lot of, I've attended a lot of funerals, metaphorically speaking, and I've attended some literally too, right? But in this instance, like, I've attended a lot of funerals, metaphorically speaking, and I've had to grieve, and I've had to go through the grieving process of a lot of funerals, of a lot of deaths, to get me to where I'm at today. And I'm grateful for it. Like, I'm grateful for it, because one thing I realize is that we try to run from the pain of all of those things that I just mentioned, right? We try to run from the pain of all of it. And the quicker that we can just accept that it's inevitable, and that if you are honestly and intentionally trying to walk in your purpose, those things are going to take place. And so instead of running from it and delaying your purpose, just accepting it and asking for the strength, for the courage, for the perseverance to be able to push through, even in the pain, even in the midst of the pain, the quicker that we can do that, I promise you, man, the quicker that you really let go. And I mean, when they say let go and let God, I'm not here to preach. I'm being honest. Like, the quicker you can do that and let go and let God is the quicker that you will relieve yourself. Because it's a burden. Like, it's a burden, man, to try to keep everything how you want it, right? And we all guilty of it in one way, shape, or form. Some more than others, some less than others, but no matter what, we all are guilty of that spirit of control. And wanting to control everything can control all the outcomes. Man, the second that you let go, that don't mean start slipping, right? Let's be clear on that. That don't mean get careless with it. I'm not speaking on that type of let go and just let whatever happen, happen. No, I'm talking about making sure that you do your part in walking in who God told you to walk in, and letting go of anything else that come with. If he tell you to choose option A, to let go of whatever happened if you do option B. Or if you don't do option B, or if you don't do option C. If he said go this way, go that way. Disregard whatever might be over here. Disregard whoever get mad at you for not going over here. Like, that's what I mean when I say just letting go, right? And in the midst of doing so, man, I've had a lot of revelations, bro. And I don't know, like, I think God telling me it's time to come home, For everybody who's seen it, right? I've been in Arkansas, and I went to Arkansas, and yeah, it was eye-opening, man. Like, our elders, they need us, right? Our elders, they need us. If I didn't say nothing else today, on my day, our elders, they need us. They should not have to be going through the I won't even say fear, but let's call it like it is. They should not have to be going through the fear of getting older and nobody being able to take care of them, when they've been taking care of every single other person their entire life. They should not have to be sitting back while they're at home in their heads and fearing what would happen if anything were to ever happen. Who would take care of them if they were to fall tomorrow, if they were to do this tomorrow? And one thing that I was doing while I was down there, just chilling with my elders and enjoying my grandparents and my great-grandmother and my aunties and my uncles, is really came to me when they said, and I believe it was in 1 Timothy, and I put it in there again, when it said that he who does not take care of his household, especially his immediate family, is worse than an unbeliever. Like, hear that. He who do not take care of his household, especially his immediate family, is worse than an unbeliever. Man, we in 2025, and I understand that we feel like the world is ours, and it is. We got dominion over this entire world. I get it. However, do not let the distractions of what we might classify as success, or what society might classify as success, make you lose thought, lose sight of the individuals who got you to where you at. They need us, man. They need us. It's killing them on the inside. It's painting them on the inside. But because they that real type of generation, because they that generation that they figure stuff out, like they just built different, they just cut different. Most of them will never show you their pain because they're supposed to be your elders. So they genuinely want for you to do what makes you happy. They genuinely want for you to do that. Most people. Obviously, there's situations to every story, but majority genuinely want for you to be happy. They want for their lineage to be happy. But in the midst of you pursuing your happiness or finding your happiness, do not turn your back on the individuals who got you to where you at. Right? And so, yeah, dang, John Trey, like, it's your birthday, right? But you on here talking about elders. Yes. Because that's where we at. Because our elders didn't sacrifice so much. Our forefathers didn't sacrifice so much that we have no idea about. Sit down and talk to them. Sit down and have conversations. Ask them about your legacy before you. Just sit down and ask them, and then watch what type of conversations you open up. And then you start realizing the sacrifice the individuals have made for you to get to where you at, and for you to know the persons that you know, and for your granny to get where she at, or your great granny to get where she at, or your great great granny to get where she at, or your papa to get where he at. You dig what I'm saying? Or your great papa, or your great great papa to get where he at. Like, sit down and realize that. Now, it's people that came before me that I probably have never seen. That probably just died right before I was born. Or that died while I was a baby that I don't really even remember and know nothing about, that sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears for his family, for her family. And realize that in the midst of that, if they were to see what we've become today as a generation, egotistical, entitled, only focusing on self, not having no principles, no morals, no ethic, bro, it'll kill them. It'll pain them because they sacrificed everything for the possibility of building up their legacy. In times when oppression was real. In times when working hard meant for real working hard. In times where knowledge was not easily obtainable. Right? And they still did any and everything they had to do for their kids and their kids' kids and their kids' kids' kids. For us to get here. And because we're so detached from the individuals who started it all, we just want to come out here and live our life. We feel as if our job is to be happy on earth. No, and I'm talking to men right now specifically. No, it is not. No, it is not. Your job is not to be happy on earth. Your job is to make sure that you come and you do what you were put here to do. That's not always going to be happy. I need y'all to understand that. That's not always going to be a happy feeling. It's going to be painful sometimes. It's going to come with detachment sometimes. It's going to come with you having to neglect your flesh, your ego, your arrogance. So you can focus on the bigger picture, because it don't just stop with us. And that's our problem. We think it stopped with us. No, we just a part of a bigger picture. Legacy is the mission. Legacy is the objective. Legacy is the goal, right? And so today, on my day, I just want to come on here so I can document it, not just for myself, but for whoever else watching, for whoever else listening, right? Legacy is the goal. Fellas, stop focusing on self, bro. I understand what all these blogs saying. I understand what all these social media channels saying. I understand what all these YouTube podcasts stuff saying. Stop just strictly focusing on self. Focus on self, yes, but focus on self if you aligned and you walking in your purpose. Don't focus on self because of ego. Don't focus on self because of arrogance. Don't focus on self because of entitlement. Focus on self because you are walking in your purpose. And anybody who okay with that, anybody who cool with that, meet them while you walking in your purpose. Anything that's going against that, set them free. Detach. It's gonna hurt, yes. It's gonna pain you, yes. You're gonna wanna resort to some type of vice, yes. And we might all, guilty included, succumb to them at times, yes. But stay focused, pivot, right? Because they need us, and not just our elders, but our future generations. And y'all might have some of them looking at y'all right now as y'all watching this video. Or y'all might got to go pick some of them up as soon as y'all get through watching this video. Or y'all might be headed to pick some of them up while y'all watching this video. It don't just stop with us. This thing keep going. And I don't want for you, I don't want for me, I don't want for us to go down in history as a generation who just said forget it. Forget the elders and then forget the future. I'm not going down in history like that. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to walk accordingly. I'm going to stay in my word so I can have direction, so I can have guidance, so I can have protection, so I can be able to have courage, perseverance, right? And in the midst of me doing so, pray that God send individuals my way that respect, that honor, right? Myself. And I'm going to do the same vice versa because we need an army for one. And we need the women for two. That's going to encourage us. That's going to cover us. That's going to be an incubator for us. That's going to give us that intuition, that discernment, that intelligence, right? That wisdom, that nurturing. Because we in a war, whether y'all know it or not, we in a war. A spiritual war and a physical war. And if we just keep focusing on self, our families, our legacies, they're on the verge of becoming extinct. And that is no gain. That is not metaphorically speaking. That is literal. On the verge of becoming extinct. And it's on you, man. It's on you to stop that. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But what's our other option? Right? So I just wanted to come on here on my Earth Day and give honor for one, for God allowing me to be able to see another day. And thank him for killing off the old me. And then reintroduce myself to you guys as the new me, as who I am right now, as John Trey, as a king, as somebody who's going to make sure I do everything in my power to protect my family, past, present, and future. Protect that legacy, past, present, and future. And that's going to allow for God to be able to show me the way, while I make sure I show my family the way. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And it's been yours truly, John Trey. And we gone.